Hi, my name is Jacqueline Nilsen, and we're here in Dahlonega, Georgia. But not long ago, I immigrated to the United States in 1967. There were different times then. Spanish wasn't spoken very little in the U.S., and my 6 brothers and sisters moved to the Florida area. So I want to tell you a little bit about where I come from, Colombia. Colombia, Bogota is the capital of Colombia, and it sits very, very high in the Andes Mountains. It's one of the highest capitals in the world. It sits about 8,000 feet above sea level. So if you can imagine the altitude. So when we came to America, I did everything the fastest. I was the fastest runner, the fastest swimmer. My lungs had been expanded through the altitude of Colombia. And seriously, that's what it does. The capital sits so high, and it's the 4th largest, highest capital in the world. The highest is in Bolivia, South America. And our primary agriculture is coffee and cut flowers and emeralds and, of course, gold. And last, bananas. We export a tremendous amount of bananas into the United States. The population is about 10 million people, and 50 million people. In Bogota, it's about 10 million people. So I'm going to read you a story about a man who made it a mission to rescue books from the garbage cans of Colombia, and he grew something really amazing. You have to remember there's 47 libraries in the city of Bogota and 100 across the country of Bogota. So let's read the story. It's called Rescatando Palabras by Jose Alberto Gutierrez and illustrated by Paula Escobar. En la ciudad de Bogotá, en el barrio La Nueva Gloria, viven 2 Josés. El pequeño José se despereza en la cama. La luz de la mañana lo despierta. Soñaba con el paraíso y cae en la cuenta de que es viernes y suspira, es casi sábado. Hasta que llega su sábado, montará su bicicleta para ir a la escuela. Se sentará en su pupitre y tratará de prestar atención a la maestra. Jugar fútbol con sus amigos. El día se alarga ante él como las calles y las colonias, pero mañana su deseo se hará realidad. En el mismo vecindario, a unas pocas calles de allí, hay otro José. También sabe de largos días. De niño tuvo que abandonar la escuela para ayudar a su mamá. Comenzó a trabajar como albañil, estrabando la tierra con las manos, colocando ladrillos sobre ladrillos hasta que de nada surgía algo. Una pared, un edificio, una casa. Pero nunca dejaba de leer con su mamá todas las noches. Un cuento al final de la jornada era como estar en paraíso. Ahora, a la luz de atardecer, el pequeño José llega a su casa en bicicleta. Su mamá lo llama para cenar. Mientras el otro José se prepara para ir a trabajar, alista el camión de basura para indicir su ruta para los barrios más ricos de Bogotá. El motor cobra vida. Los farros penetran la oscuridad de la noche. José recoge la basura de las calles de la ciudad. Trabaja toda la noche hasta que sale el sol. Mientras conduce, José escudriña las aceras, entornando los ojos bajo a la tenue luz. Inspecciona la basura de las casas en busca de tesoros, libros. Algunos en pilas ordenadas como a la espera de lo que José los descubra. Otros requieren más esfuerzo para ser encontrados, pero José no le importa. Gracias a ese primer libro que encontró hace mucho tiempo, ahora libro de las basuras. Cuando José comenzó a trabajar como recolector de basura, encontró un voluminoso libro en su busquera, Ana Querinia de León Tolsi. Lo recogió y leyó una a otra vez, transportándose en un tiempo pasado, a un lejos lejano, con trenes de vapor, salones ennubilados de luz, a las vales de Timora deslizarse en la nieve. Luego encontró más libros y los leyó también, cada uno diferente, cada uno un mundo por descubrir. Por fin José termina su ruta. El camino de basura recoge las grandes avenidas de regreso a la parte más poblada de la ciudad, en dirección al garaje. En la cabina, a su lado, viaja un precioso cargamento, una pila de unos 50 libros, delgados, gruesos, usados y casi nuevos. Unos libros que viajan para sumarse a otros, una enciclopedia de animales de la A a la Z, un libro de cuentos de hadas, un volumazo novela, todos en buen estado. Junto a José ahora viajan hacia su nuevo hogar. Sus páginas vibran con el retumbor del motor. José camina desde el garaje hasta su casa. Se detiene a la entrada por abrir la puerta, mientras los libros se balancean en su otro brazo. Varias páginas que leer, varias horas para soñar, y así comienza el nuevo día. Por la noche nuevamente visita a Mocondo, un pueblo mágico en lo más profundo de la selva de Colombia, y se pierde en ese lugar donde el tiempo transcurre a su ritmo. Por fin es sábado. Las primeras piernas del pequeño José van lo más rápido que pueden. Mientras corre el vecindario, otros niños lo siguen. Es una carrera donde todos terminan siendo ganadores. Sus pies por fin se plantan en la entrada del paraíso. El señor José les da la bienvenida con una sonrisa, como hace todos los sábados. El pequeño José entra al paraíso y encuentra montones de libros amontonados como se apilan las avenidas de su vecindario. Libros rescatados por el señor José. Cada lugar, cada rincón está lleno de libros, álbumes ilustrados, historias clásicas, libros gordos con elegantes cubetas, grandes libros de textos de temas complejos. José permanece por largo rato recorriendo las altas montañas de libros, temeroso de tocarlos. El señor José va a su encuentro, si tiene un libro, y sonríe. El señor José lo sienta y José también. El vecindario calla, el libro se abre. Mientras sus páginas se abre un lugar mágico, más lejos de su barrio, un lugar donde José no puede llegar en bicicleta. Con cada página que pasan, ambos descubren un mundo nuevo, muy diferente a las calles y las colonias de su barrio. Y ese descubrimiento produce más búsqueda. Esta vez hace su propia selección, se despide tímidamente y con una sonrisa de las gracias el señor José, sus pies vuelan de regreso a su casa. Sus manos vuelan haciendo las quehaceres durante la cena, cuando se lava la cara y detrás de las orejas para poder irse a la cama y explorar el nuevo libro y devorar sus páginas más cálidas y gratificantes que la cena. Con la luz del amanecer, el pequeño José se despierta en la cama. El libro durmió bajo de su almohada. Una vez más lo lee en sueño e imagina un planeta solitario, una flor, un niño, un zorro y los viajes y las aventuras que viven. Ya es domingo. Se da cuenta nuevamente, tiene que esperar toda una semana, esperar en la cama que despierte el día y que sus amigos llegan a jugar. Espera a que sea sábado. Espera a que el señor José abra las puertas donde los libros aguardan en sus estanterías para que José los descubra. And that is the story of a man who built an amazing library in Bogota, Colombia, and started a replica of many, many, many libraries in Colombia. And in 2000, it says here, there was only 30 libraries, and then I think I mentioned to you that now there is 100 libraries across the country. So I will read the book to you now in English so you can understand it. In the neighborhood of La Nueva Gloria lived two Josés. The small José wakes up in bed. The light of the morning wakes him up while he dreams of paradise, and he realizes that it's Friday and sighs, it's almost Saturday. Until Saturday comes, he will ride his bicycle, and he will sit on the desk and try to pay attention to the teacher. He will play football with his friends. As the day stretches out before him like the streets and the hills, but tomorrow wishes will come true for Jose. In the same neighborhood, just a few streets away from there is another Jose. As a child, he had to drop out of school to help his mother, and he began working as a bricklayer, digging the earth with his hands, laying brick after brick until something would come out of nowhere. It would be a wall, a building, a house, but never stopped reading with his mother every night. A story at the end of the workday was like being in paradise. Now in the evening light, little Jose comes home in his bike, and his mother calls for him to come to dinner, while the other Jose prepares to go to work, gets the garbage cart ready to start the route through the richest neighborhoods of Bogota. The engines comes to life, and the headlights pierce the darkness of the night. Jose collects garbage from the city streets, working all night until the sun comes up. As he drives, Jose scans the sidewalks, turning his eyes down to the dim lights, inspecting for trash in the houses in search of hidden treasures, books, in the same neat lines as if waiting for him to come and discover them. Others require a little bit more effort to be found, but Jose doesn't care. Thanks to that first book he found a long time ago, he rescues books from the trash. When Jose started working as a garbage collector, he found a volume of books in the garage from Ana Karan de Leon Tolsi, and he picked them up and read it over and over again, transporting himself to a time long past the steam trains, ballrooms, lit candlelights, sleighs in the snows, and he found more books and he read them too, each one different, each one for a new world to discover. Finally, Jose finishes his route. The garage road runs through the main streets of the most popular areas of the city in direction of his garage. In the cabin right next to him is a precious cargo, and it travels. It's a stack of about 50 books, thin, thick, used, and almost some new, as they travel to join other encyclopedias and animals from A to Z, a book of fairy tales, and a volume of novels, all in good condition. Together with Jose, Now they travel to their new home as pages vibrate from the rumbling on the engine. Jose walks from the garage into his house. He stops to entrance of the door while he balances his book on his shoulder. Several pages to read, several hours to dream, and so begins the new day. At night, visit Mocondo again. It's a magical town in the deepest part of the Colombian jungle, and he gets lost in that place where time passes at his own pace. It's finally Saturday. Yes, Saturday, Saturday. Little Jose's legs run as fast as they can. As he runs through the neighborhood, other children follow him. It's a race where everyone ends up a winner. His feet finally are planted in the entrance of the paradise. It's Mr. Jose's welcome you with a smile as he does every Saturday. Little Jose enters the paradise and finds a pile of books piled up as the house in his neighborhood piled up. Books rescued by Mr. Jose. Every place, every corner is full of books. Picture albums, classic stories, fat books with elegant covers, and textbooks on complex topics. Jose stays along time going through the high mountains of books. I can't wait to touch them. Mr. Jose goes near him and holds up a book and smiles. Mr. Jose sits down and Jose also. He sees the room quiet. The book opens as he opens the pages. It opens to the place much further away from this neighborhood, a place where Jose cannot get there on a bike, which each page he turns both discover a new world, very different from the streets and the hills of their neighborhood. And that discover produces more search. This time Jose makes his own selection. Timidly he says goodbye, and with a smile he thanks Mr. Jose. His feet fly back home. His hands fly doing chores in his mind during his dinner time, about washing his face, behind his ears, as he goes to bed to explore the new book and devour its pages, more quality and rewarding than his dinner. In the light and the dawn of little Jose stretches out in the bed, and the books sleep under his pillow, and once again he reads it in his dream. I have imagined a lonely planet, a flower, a fox, and a journey and adventure they live. It is Sunday, Jose again. He has to wait a whole week. Very well wait in bed for the days and for the time to come, for his friend to come and play. Wait for it to be Saturday. Wait for the dream, Jose to open the doors where the books are kept on their shelves, for Jose to discover them. The end. So that is the story of a little boy who fell in love with books, and the joyous days were on Saturday. And that takes place in Bogota, Colombia. So look for the book. Thank you.